Okay, here's this thing about snippets. No matter where you go, no matter whether you're trying to pay attention or not, you always hear things, right? It's like, you could be listening or you could just be randomly hearing, and you're always going to get snippets of little conversations. And it can be completely out of context, totally random. Somebody walks by and you don't know what they're talking about, what it means, and they say something like, blah, 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 brown extension cord, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes the little snippets that you hear are very rich, that's all I have to say. It's like you hear that people are like living their own lives and they're totally into their own trip. And they're like sharing with someone who tolerates them being in their own trip for the moment, and they take turns listening to each other be in their own trip. And occasionally their universes sort of...
This guy is so deep. And it turns out he's a fiction writer. He just said, oh, I guess I'll write a book about the history of math. And it's so deep. It's like, this guy must have like 7 brains, you know, 3 of which are from an advanced alien civilization. It's just amazing. This goes to show some people are really, really smart. And humorous.
That the brain functions the way that it does, and it controls our digestion, our breathing, our sight, and so the idea that something can go wrong, you know, there's a lot of room for that. I mean, it used to be really witty and funny and sharp-minded. All that just died. It just died. It just went away. The brain is easy to take for granted when it's working normally. And some people have a permanent twinkle in their eye, and they're 97 or 21 or whatever. They just glide along. And everybody can't do that, evidently. So, you know, when I get myself back in shape, I'll feel lucky. Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you the joke. There's a little duck who's just walking on the shore of the pond and just crying, and so this alligator comes out of the water, and his eyes and nose, and says, "Hey, you there, what you crying about?" "Oh," he says, "I don't know who I am. I don't think like this. Can't figure, you know, well, I don't know where I live for, and who I am, where I'm going." So the alligator came out and looks and said, "Well, we got this bill, beak, and feathers, and, you know, you're a duck. Duck, that's duck." So the duck said, "Oh, cool, I'm a duck, yeah." So he's happy, he's singing around, walking like a duck. And then he tells us, "Hey, you, where are you?"
Performance art. It becomes a big part of my life and my identity. Some people know me as Gadget Man. Some people know me as the Bulgarian street vendor. Earlier tonight, I was saying to the friends downstairs who had never met me, I was saying, "TC Peach, TC Peach." They were clueless, but for that brief moment of time, I could be Divo Pucci, which means wild dog in Bulgarian.
So that's just tomatoes, so that's why we grow so many varieties of them. I call myself a squash farmer, and I don't know what I am, you know. I used to be a cabinet maker. I guess I still am, but I haven't built a cabinet in 5 years. You know, back to the squash piece, we grow about, I don't know, maybe a dozen different kinds. We've got gray zini zucchinis and green zucchinis, yellow crooknecks, gold rush squash, which is a straight yellow squash, one of the most delicious of them. We have exquisite patty pan squash, which if you've never eaten them grilled, you've really been missing out.
Everything is interconnected. And if you look, science has been finding nothing but intelligence. Every animal is intelligent. Everything they find is intelligent. Even plants are intelligent. I mean, look at a dandelion. The dandelion comes up in the spring, you come by with the mower and you cut the flower off. The next flower grows up a half an inch, turns 90 degrees, grows 6 inches along the ground, turns 90 degrees, and there's the flower facing straight up, and no lawnmower's going to get it. And it does that all summer long. It forgets over the wintertime, so the first one comes straight up in the summer. But you come by and lop that off, and it'll grow the rest of them out. Because it's got intelligence that wants its flowers to last. Everything has intelligence. So, the universe is intelligent, interconnected energy. We are the universe. Don't have to have a religion. Don't have to have a God. Don't have to have anything. We are the universe. That's it.